You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube. At the table where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system for your glass. Little expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content. Got binge watching, you don't like one invited, bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clock in. They don't wanna miss a this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need.
Hey. What's up, everybody? What's up? Come on in, everybody. Welcome back to the Hood Table. Hoodies, friends, family members, subscribers, followers, and members. Welcome back to the chat and the review. And this time we're going to be reviewing The Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is now on season 13, episode. This mic is so close. Episode, where are we at? 16, which was titled Hurricane Housewives. So please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the Hood Table, and also share the video if you can, if you like. No pressure. But yes, please, to support YouTubers and their analytics, please make sure you like the video. Also, and in the chat, you already know how we do. Make sure you comment on your thoughts on the different storylines, different characters, and whatnot, from Portia to Candy, Marlo, Cynthia. Who wasn't in this episode this week? Was Toya there? Oh my gosh. I can't remember if Toya was there. Oh, that's sad. I think she was, but I'm not sure. But anywho, the girls is on a trip with Drew. They went down to New Orleans, home of the bounce music. And we about to get into it. It was a little drama stirred up, but hey, where don't they cause drama, right? But yes, and then we got a little tea that just came about like a couple hours ago, maybe like 6 hours ago, but we're going to talk about that too as well. But as we know, last episode, Portia and Mo, they had kind of got into a little bit, over their relationship, over their friendship. Portia kind of side-eyeing Marlo. Marlo kind of side-eyeing Portia. They both kind of didn't know where each other stood. Now that is once again friends with Kenya. Now, as far as Portia is concerned, Marlo has been moving funny. She's been acting a little shady, a little shisty ever since the evening. It was in South Carolina. Ever since that evening when and Kenya had became friends. And as we know, after that happened, after they became friends, Marlo, she came out on the patio of the hotel where they at, not hotel, but where they were staying, the house, and basically was questioning Portia about Bolo. So because of the fact that she had just became friends again with Portia, looking at her like, why would you do that? We supposed to be, friends. If I denied it, why did you ask me about it? I was the one who was really only interested, but after she kept asking and accusing and throwing these allegations around, then they get on the blogs. Now other people, including Marlo, wanted to know, Kenya, Portia, did you really sleep with Bolo? Hey, how you been? How's your kids? How your family? How was your you said you got your COVID vaccine today. Awesome. That's good. I have not done that yet. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I know some people who have got the shot. I know some people who have not got the shot. I know some people who refuse to get the shot. They're forced. I might fall in the latter. I don't know, child. I think it's no decision, so I don't judge anybody who don't get the shot. Anyhow. So that's the thing with and Marlo. So last episode, they seem to have, at least it seemed like they have mended their friendship, their relationship. So at the beginning of this episode, the ladies, they take the bus to a kitchen. I don't know if it was a restaurant of Big Frida's or if it was just some kitchen they had rented out, because you know how you can rent out a kitchen if you're planning like some big meals that you're trying to plan for an event or something. You can just rent out a kitchen, or they have kitchens you can rent out to teach people how to cook, you know, blah blah blah. So I don't know if it was a rented kitchen that Miss Frida had rented out, but I would have loved Big Frida anywhere, kitchen on the sidewalk in the club. I love me some Big Frida, really do. When that reality show was out, I did not miss a show. And as far as the New Orleans bounce music, love it, love it, love it. I love the music. I love the whole as far as New Orleans. Well, how they say it, noise. I wish Miss here right now. I have a friend who's on YouTube. Her name is Miss Naturally New Orleans, and I just love how she talks. But yeah, I love the whole thing about New Orleans, their traditions, their music, their food, the atmosphere there is just amazing, just amazing. And the bounce music. Again, I love the music down there. But they got a chance to meet Miss Frida. Here's that Drew. She has a cousin who has friends and a hairdresser to Big Frida. So she made it happen. She made it able so they can hook up with Miss Frida on the trip and not only meet her, but she also was going to give them not only some New Orleans booty popping potatoes cooking lesson, but also some New Orleans booty bounce lessons. They learned how to shake, wiggle, rock, twerk the New Orleans bounce style way, okay? Because I already knew how to twerk, especially that doggone Portia. You said you like that bounce music. I do too. I love their bounce music. I really, really do. And I can twerk about this much. I don't have that much bounce. I can twerk about that much, but I knew how to twerk. But it's something about that. The style, the way they dance, the way they bounce, the way they pop and shake and gyrate and all that stuff down there. I just love it. That was one of the main things I liked about the Big Frida reality show was all the dancing and the music. I mean, her personal life's rested, but you know, I was more focused on the food, the dancing, and the music, the parades, you know, things like that. But yeah, so they had a lot of fun doing that. They were having a lot of fun, you know, cooking and bouncing and things. But then Candy, she approached Marlo to find out what all she and Portia had discussed on the last episode. Marlo explained to Candy and Kenya how she and Portia both had feelings that the other one had been moving funny. Portia, along with others, like they just felt Marlo was on some weird, I don't know, like, okay, when Kenya first, I don't even know if she accepted her apology. It just seemed like they talked and they hugged it out. So I guess she accepted her apology. But they was wondering, was there a motive? Was there agenda? Like Kenya made up to some of them, made up too easy with Marlo. And I had said too, I was wondering if she had, because of the fact that right after they made up, Marlo came out on the patio by the pool to ask about Bolo. So them, including me, was like, okay, is Marlo? Is she taking advantage of Marlo's kindness, of her friendship? I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that, because I'm still thinking that Kenya has an ulterior motive when it comes to making up with Marlo. But Portia's, her feelings, I do think they are valid. I do think that they are valid, and it should matter in this particular situation, because Portia, she's the main one who keep accusing of sleeping with Bolo. Not only that, then Marlo relayed how she Blake into the period asked Portia, did she in fact have sex with Bolo? That was like right after they had a conversation, and like right before they hugged it out, and everything. She was like she's still basically her or not believing her when she denied it. So that's another reason why I thought that maybe Kenya was using her to try to get the information out of Portia, thinking, well, Marlo and Portia is much closer than, she is, and than Kenya and Portia is. So maybe Marlo came out of there. I don't know. I don't think Portia, I don't think even if she did have sex with Bolo, which she keeps denying, but even if she did, the Candy Girl, on with my Candy Girl, like, it's kind of acting like, I don't know, like they had something going on with Portia. Like, why do y'all keep questioning this girl about who she having sex with? Like, what does it matter to you one way or the other? Can y'all acting as if she's one of your girlfriends? Like, it's none of their business who she did or who she didn't have sex with, from Bolo to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a hot mess. You said Kenya always, yeah, she always thinking strategy. She always thinking strategy. I think Kenya always tries to be like one head of the to make herself look better than the other. That's just how I feel, because in the past, it's been many, many times where so many people have talked down on Kenya, have verbally, to her, especially when she wasn't when she was put off the show, when she didn't want too many people in her personal life, in her marriage, when it came her meeting, her boyfriend, fiance, Mike, when she was about to have a baby. I mean, everything was so secretive. So a lot of us looked at her skeptical, like, who are you to be on this show and not want anybody to pry into your business? So she got a lot of clap back. You know what I'm saying? From that time period. But then she came back. And she's still here. So I think she's trying to make up for it by making herself look better than others, and more involved in different storylines, because as we know, back before she left, she wasn't trying to be involved in anything or have anybody involved with her. So that's just how I feel on that one. But you said Portia's single and able. Yeah, she is. She is single and mingle. She should be allowed to do anything she wants, whether it's with a stripper or, I was about to say pastor. Lord forgive me for even thinking. But for real. But for real, she is free to do whatever she wants. But Kenya, she was getting on my last nerves. Like, she was getting on my last nerve. But now Marlo is about to get on my nerves as well. I mean, just watching the scene, the scene on the last episode, how Marlo seems to now be convinced that Kenya is not lying. That's very suspect. Like, did Kenya really only make up with Marlo to help get all the puzzle pieces together from the bachelorette party? Marlo even went as far as to ask Frida for advice. Did y'all see that? I was sitting there like, no. No, you didn't. Miss Frida took out all this time to sit down with you guys when she could have been doing anything else. She took the time to meet with you guys, to meet, hang and drink and eat and teach y'all some New Orleans, food and traditions. And she gonna sit there and ask Big Frida advice on basically how to deal with a friend, how to deal with two friends, how to deal with one friend who relays something to you about another friend, but that another friend keeps denying friend. Friend sitting there. Are you now just? She said, if you are now just becoming friends with this new friend, then I don't know, maybe just drop it. Maybe you should just step away. Maybe she was like, okay, maybe I should just step away. But again, I agree. The poor Kenya situation has nothing to do with Marlo. Candy was like, what does what they have going on have to deal with? Like, you didn't give a damn about before you and Kenya became friends again. Okay? So again, I agree with Candy wholeheartedly. Like, it has nothing to do with you. Just stay the hell out of it. But then Kenya was asking why the hell are you dragging Frida into their bullshit? Even Kenya said, why the hell are you bringing Frida into their bullshit? Like they could have talked about anybody else at the table while feasting on a what looked like a totally delicious, scrumptious meal. But they wanted to talk about Bolo. Again, I'm so getting sick of them talking about Bolo. Big Frida was sitting there like, what the fuck? I just sit here and witness because they was just doing cool eating and mingling, and then it just blew up. Miss Frida was like, I do believe I am very lost. And she was very lost. And I know she probably wanted to just walk out the room. But being the fact that she was kind of like the hostess, with the mostest, she couldn't really get up. But then again, she could if she wanted to, because that's Big Frida. And she didn't have to sit there and listen to any of that shit. But that's what I would have done if I was Big Frida. I would have got up and left. I would have left. But right now, y'all, I'm at the point now where I'm not sure if Marlo, like Kenya, wants to know what really happened in South Kakalaki, or if Marlo is just sick of being in the middle. Now, she did tell Kenya and Portia that they need to start speaking to each other about each other instead of to her. And why is the Bolo situation still a situation? Why? Because Kenya knows for a fact that had it been her that people assume slept with Bolo, she probably would have been dragged from here to eternity. And she might be right. She might be right. She would have been in the blog. She would have been all in the paper, all on what's that called? Lipstick Alley, everywhere. Everywhere about how she slept with a stripper, especially with her going through her divorce, her husband wanting custody, her husband alimony, all that kind of. She would have been drugged through the mud, and she knows that, which is why doing it again. Like I said earlier, I think Kenya is just trying to move one step ahead of everything to make her look better than all the ladies this season. That's just how I feel. Y'all let me know if y'all agree, disagree, whatever. But as far as Kenya, she was really acting kind of immature this during the dinner. She went from, okay, why are you bringing this up? Why are you putting Miss Frida into it? But then when her and Portia was going back and forth, and Portia was telling her stop saying my name, she was like, Portia, 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 Marsha, 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 Portia, Marsha, Portia, Marsha, Portia. I was like, come on. Kenya can be really immature and childish at times. I mean, the entire spectacle of a dinner in front of Big Frida was just too much. So much that Portia bounced. And not that New Orleans bounce. She left. She got her ass up and she went back home to Atlanta to be back with her daughter and family, okay? She had enough. That whole scene with Big Frida, I would have been so embarrassed. But although they were saying, how could we do this? How could we act like this in front of Big Frida? I didn't see not one of them truly look embarrassed. Like, I didn't. And they kept going on and on. Like, instead of stopping the conversation, they just kept going on and on. One person would stop talking about it, then the next person would start talking about it. Then they just kept going on and on. You said you done with the Bolo, so I am so done with Bolo. Talking about Bolo's Bolo. Like, leave that man in his... Child, let them have sex with whoever they want to have sex with. I'm just saying. But anywho, later that night, Candy sat down with Marlo to discuss everything. And Marlo, in so many words, doesn't want to be friends with a liar. But she doesn't know who the liar is. Because both Kenya and Portia keep telling her different stories. Now, see, when Marlo puts it that way, you can kind of understand her frustration much better. Like, sometimes I feel like she's Kenya's accomplice, but then sometimes it's like she don't want to be in the middle, which is why I think she wants it to just be put out on the table. Did you have sex with Bolo or did you not have sex with Bolo? Because I'm tired of being in the middle. I'm tired of, like, okay, is this friend honest? Is this friend honest? Is this friend like this friend to make me not want to be with this friend? She's totally like pressure. And when Candy was talking about, I think Marlo is still going through some hurt, some pains, from like when her and Kenya had their close relationship, then they fell out. And I don't know what else, like as far as maybe Nene, how they was all close, and I don't know what else could be going on with Marlo, because what do we really know about Marlo? Do we really know a lot about Marlo? Compared to the other ladies, like the other ladies' storylines all the way from the beginning, one of their storylines can account to way more than any of Marlo's storyline. I like what she has a lot of money. She sleeps with sugar daddies. They buy her stuff. They spoil her. She can get whatever she wants from any man. I mean, besides that, I mean, she's just always like somebody's friend. And I'm not saying that she doesn't contribute anything to the show, because I do like Marlo, but I mean, let's be honest. I don't know. Let's be honest. But anyway, you said your show is so nice. Hey, Javon, you said since Nene left, ain't no. It's like they be making up stuff, huh? You said you think she wants a peach. I don't know, man. Do you really think that she would ever? Do you really think that she would ever get a peach? I don't know. It's funny because a lot of people have had peaches, then they had them taken away, then they get them back, then they have them taken away. And it's like, she's never had a peach before. She's always somebody's friend, and I think it's because she don't contribute that much with her storyline. She's just always somebody's friend, or always arguing or making up with somebody. We don't even know anything about her personal life. Like the guys that be buying her all these expensive cars and jewelries and minks and furs and paying for her mansions and her nice homes. Like, we really don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? So I think if Marlo truly wants a peach, she got to be like Kenya did when Kenya was not letting us into her life, her real life, and trying to be incognito on the TV show, not being any storylines. Where's Kenya? Oh, don't nobody ever know where Kenya's at. What she's doing? Oh, she's around the world. She's getting married. Nobody ever knew anything. So Kenya, she started putting forth more effort with her storylines and letting us get more involved in her life. So I don't know. Would y'all like to see Marlo with a peach? Like, honestly, would y'all like to see Marlo have a whole peach and maybe get paid just as much as some of those other ones do? Because we all know that she's most likely the lowest paid person on the show. Okay. Maybe not the lowest paid, but because she has put some time in. But you said we know so much about, yeah, we do. And I honestly think it was Portia and somebody else. I don't quite know who else, if it was Tanya or not, but I'm just like, man, if they slept with Bolo, I'd just be like, hey, kudos, that's what's up. Oh my God, you slept with that fine specimen of a dark chocolate stripper man. I wouldn't be condemning them. Like, that's their business. That's their business. Oh yeah, that's another thing that we did know about Marlo, was that she was raising her nephews. The nephews that we hardly ever got to see. So I don't know if she was really raising nephews or not, but yeah, she is messy. She is messy. Very messy. Very messy. But Portia wasn't the only one that left. Candy also left. But Candy had to leave. Portia left because she was just sick and tired of Kenya and Marlo. Candy left because, she had that movie. She had to be on set for the movie the next day, and it was like a hurricane coming in, a big storm, and she didn't want to, miss her being on the set. And I wouldn't have either. If I was Candy, I would have left as well, because not only was she going to meet up on the set for a movie that she was going to be playing in, but she would have missed the opportunity to work with Clifton Powell, the famous Clifton Powell. Oh my God, I love him. I love him so much. I would love to meet him as well. But so Candy got a part on this show. And speaking of which, the scene with Powell when Candy looked like she was really big pregnant. All the time, like over maybe the last 3 episodes, I've been wondering if Candy's pregnant, and she's not pregnant. Like, she looks pregnant, but she's not pregnant. I guess there's a role in this show I mean, this movie where she's supposed to be pregnant, and that's why she looks so pregnant. I mean, she had even said, I think it was on a blog or maybe it was on her IG or on her blog, that outfit that she had on, the purple outfit. She said she thought she would never see this pregnant body again. So yeah, she's not pregnant, and a lot of us should have known that a lot because I wasn't the only one who was wondering if she was pregnant. A lot of people was wondering if Candy was pregnant. We had all about how she had those issues with fertility, how she was dealing with not with just feet, but fertility issues as well as fibroids. And then remember, she had did the IVF, and they had used a surrogate mother to carry their son Ace. So I had forgot all about that. I was like, yeah, child, Candy ain't pregnant. She ain't trying to have no more kids, at least not that we know of. But yeah, the other ladies were just like surprised that she left without informing them. I think she told one or two people. I know she told Drew. I believe she told Drew because Drew was, of course, the one who put everything together. But you said, yep, it was a threesome. Yeah, that's what I believe. Or maybe a foursome. Maybe a foursome. Like, I think they said something about Shamia or Latoya or somebody. I can't remember. But yeah, The Chi. Yeah, that's it. The Chi, the TV show. I used to watch that show all the time, but I kind of fell off. I don't know, but I love that show. I don't know why I stopped watching that. I'm gonna have to start watching it. I really am. Candy is always about her business, child. Candy, man, I'm sorry, but even for the people who don't like Candy, because there are people who don't like Candy, but I'm sorry, she is the most entrepreneurial female, black female that I know. Like, she didn't just use her platform on Escape, the female group that she was in, the singing group that she was in. She did not just be in the group. She literally used that platform to elevate her to the highest level possible. And she's still going and going and growing and growing. More and more businesses, more and more restaurants, just, and she still writes and still makes music for people and raising a family. And then she got her candy coated, the toys and all that kind of stuff. She got a lot of stuff going on. So I have to give it up for Candy. Some people just don't like her, but hey, well, Moki ain't gonna stop no show. That's how she works. But anyway, back to the ladies. I don't know why she didn't tell everybody that she was leaving. But either way, all the ladies, once realizing that Kenya and Portia left, they met up again. But on this occasion, Kenya was finally like, F it. I don't want to know. Like, all of a sudden, she no longer cares. At least that's what she said. She no longer cares whether Portia or anyone else has slept with Bolo. And I was thinking, I know that heifer is lying. I don't know what y'all thought, but I was like, no, that heifer is lying. And why did I say she was lying? Because lightning has struck. It was like boom, lightning, thunder, blackout, the elevator stopped. I mean, everything happened almost simultaneously right after Kenya said, I don't want to know. I don't care who slept with Bolo. Did y'all catch that? Was like I the only one who caught that? It was so crazy. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, I, for one, would not have wanted to be sitting next to Kenya or anywhere near Kenya during that time, because that thunder and lightning, it hit too fast after she said, I don't even care anymore. I think she lying. But if it is all true for Kenya, it came right on time, because there was more other things to discuss during this whole season, like the presidential election. I mean, Kenya basically was like, I don't care, whatever. It was kind of like right on time for them to be able to enjoy the election results, which made Biden and Harris, woo, 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 the new president and vice president of the United States, and leave it to Kenya. Oh man, I almost forgot, y'all. Remember Kenya's, you said she cares. Yeah, she do. With her lying ass. But yeah, remember Cynthia when they had threw her engagement party, And she was under the impression they had tricked her and told her that she was going to like a Biden event, to like a fundraiser, or something like that. Cynthia has still not got over that. She's like so excited that we have a new president, that Biden won, Harris won, but she couldn't help but to be reminded that when planning her surprise engagement party, she was under the impression that she would be attending a Biden fundraiser party, and she's still in her fees because she didn't get a photo out with him. Next time, Cynthia. Maybe next time. Maybe the second time, maybe they really will invite you to a fundraiser event to meet Biden herself. But you're a whole celebrity. I'm sure you can make that happen. I'm sure Bravo can make it happen where y'all meet the president and Kamala Harris. I mean, I don't know. Y'all celebrities. Y'all been on TV for 50 years. Like, But anywho, y'all. Anywho. Portia. She stopped by Cynthia's. You said Cynthia can be an airhead. She can. But Portia, she has stopped by Cynthia's to be her co-host on an IG video for what Cynthia had been working on, like this IG video. And I do like the idea. I like the idea. I'm sorry, I'm just reading. Somebody just texted me something about an interview I'm supposed to be doing with somebody. Okay. Hold on 1 second. All right. Okay. Yeah, somebody texted me about, I'm supposed to be doing I got 2 upcoming interviews coming up. Somebody just texted me about one of them. But anywho, Portia, she's supposed to be helping Cynthia with her IG video, and Cynthia wanted her to host the video, and I really like what she's doing. She's using her platform to help elevate those who might not be doing also well, during the pandemic, like the smaller Black businesses. She's focusing on like pop-up shops, promoting smaller Black businesses. And that is, of course, the ones who are still trying to stay afloat during the pandemic. Because some people here, they was doing good. They was floating on through the pandemic. Their business was still booming, business still successful. But then there are some who, they were like the struggle businesses during the pandemic. But so that's what she's trying to do, to start up some pop-up shops to, help them get back on their feet. But when they was doing those videos, I was hollering, I was cracking up because listen, when they were doing the video, it was a 1-minute video that they were supposed to be doing. 1 minute IG video. So why the hell did it take them like 19, 20, 11 tries to do a 1-minute video to promote the pop-ups? I'm like, why don't y'all just do a script? Because ain't that's what y'all do normally on these reality shows anyway? Y'all going by a script? Now, I know the whole thing ain't scripted, but we all know that in these reality shows, the producers, they tend to like to try to put some scenes together, like create scenes, create chaos. We all know that. And that's why they say some of these celebrity shows, these reality celebs, they are like scripted. So I'm thinking like, where is your scripts? It's only a minute. Use a script. But yeah, her and Portia just kept messing up. But they finally did it after like the 19th take. But as far as after the video, of course, we got right back on Bolo again. This time Portia, Cynthia. Because Portia's not sure if if Kenya's finally gonna drop it. Kenya did say that she no longer cares who slept with. But even if she truly meant it, like that time that they were down there in New Orleans, that Drew was able to put together for them. Like Drew's cousin is like best friends with Frida. She does Frida's hairdress. So she went through some things, to put that together. Like, how many of us have a relative who knows a celebrity? That don't mean nothing. Like we can't just call up our cousin or our homies, be like, I want to meet. I don't know. I want to meet, let's say, a famous rapper or something. If Tupac was alive, or Jay-Z, or Snoop Dogg, or I mean Nelly. There's so many famous people, out there, celebrities, superstars, actors, actresses. Just can't call them up like, could you hook it up where they cook us a meal? I mean, like, did they even appreciate the effort from Big Frida? And that's what well, I keep want to say Kenya, but that's what Portia, she was talking about. Like, okay, the whole entire dinner was ruined. Frida, she did try to help smooth things out, with the ladies. She even started giving them advice. Like, first she was like, oh my God, what the hell is y'all talking about? Y'all talking about what should I do if this friend said this friend said that friend? I mean, it was just a whole bunch of bullshit. But then Frida, in the end, she told them that she hopes whatever differences they have, they will try to work it out amongst each other. Like without Frida around. But yeah, that's what Portia decided to do. That's when she decided it was time to go back to Atlanta. After that dinner just went south, it just left a bad taste in her mouth, and she just wanted to leave. She wanted to get as far away from Kenya and everything else. So she did leave. And then hearing Portia describe how she now feels about Marlo, how do y'all feel about their friendship? Where do you see Marlo and Portia's friendship going from? I got the hiccup. Where do you see their friendship going from here? And what about Cynthia? Believing that Marlo is dealing with some pain, some hurt. Portia was like, if one more hurt person hurts me, she's gonna kill her own self. She's like, I'm just gonna take my own self out of here because, it's no excuse. Like Cynthia said, it's no excuse, but we know people do it all the time. Hurt people, hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. Okay. But in this situation, she's like, no, it's no excuse. I'm sorry, Marlo. She can't use that excuse and why she's trying to hurt me. Basically, it just seems like Marlo has been teaming up with Kenya. So again, where do y'all see Marlo and Portia's friendship going? I don't know. Can they make it? I don't know. Me personally, I still feel like Marlo is in a way working for or with Kenya to break Portia in hopes that she'll confess to sleeping with Bolo. I honestly don't believe that Kenya gave it up. I honestly don't believe that she doesn't care anymore. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I do not believe it, but she'll be back next episode. Did you really sleep with him? Did you not sleep? Why just tell the truth? But anyway. Okay. So the final scene of the show was taste testing time at Todd and Candy's new joint, which they named after their son Blaze. And I thought it was really nice. That was really cute how they named the restaurant or bar, club, whatever it's called, after their son Blaze. And did y'all see Todd? Todd almost burned off all his knuckle hair, his arm hair, his right arm. He was trying to light that fire pit. I was cracking up. But other than that, the place looked really nice. It looked really nice. I actually would not be surprised if Candy and Todd open restaurants, bars, clubs all over the southern region. I know they did talk about having some chains of restaurants in the past. When they first had started the Old Lady Gang. How many Old Lady Gangs do they have now? Is it 2 or 3? I can't recall. But I almost got a chance to visit the Old Lady Gang restaurant, about 4 years ago. When I went to visit Atlanta for the first time, I got a chance to visit Atlanta, and I had the old LG, the Old Lady Gang restaurant, on my list at the top of all the restaurants I wanted to go to. So, of course, when I got there, and when I realized I couldn't eat there, I was really disappointed. And the reason why I couldn't eat there was because I wanted to eat at the Old Lady Gang restaurant. But my crew, my clique, my kids and cousins and friends, who all traveled down there with me, they had no desire to eat there. They was all talking about these other places, chicken joints, fish joints, just other places, burger joints. Everybody had like their own taste around that time. Everybody wanted something different. So I walked up in there thinking I was gonna just order out. I looked at the menu online. I said, okay, this is what I want. I'm gonna just order out and then I'll leave with my food. But no, they weren't taking to go orders. So yes, I was very upset. I was very upset. So Candy, I don't know if they do to go orders now. They probably do, being that it's a pandemic and stuff. But yeah, I would still want to go eat at the old lady game. So Candy, the next time I come to Atlanta, I'm gonna hit you up on IG or something because y'all owe me a meal. You said they got two of them. Oh, okay. I thought it was two or thought it was two or three. Man, and the food was smelling so good when I went in there. But I was like, nah, I'm not going to sit here and eat at this old lady game restaurant all by my lonesome. I don't know nobody in Atlanta. I mean, I knew like one or two people there. But I didn't know anybody else in Atlanta. I didn't want to eat there by myself while the rest of my family and friends went to other restaurants and left me there. So I was like, oh, I really wanted to eat here, but it's okay. I'll do it another time, But anyway, it just wasn't meant to be. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Even though all the ladies came out that night, Portia was surprised at how both Marlo and Kenya were acting towards her. They was acting really friendly, weren't they? Portia was like, did we just not get into it back in New Orleans? Did you just not call me a bunch of Samuel L. Jackson motherfuckers? So, my God, she said, did you just not call me a whole bag of Samuel L. Jackson motherfuckers back in New Orleans? Like, they just got into a huge argument, but coming through the doors greeting Portia, they was like, hey, how are you? How you been? What's going on? Portia's just looking at them side eye. And I was like, just hoping and praying, because Portia was sitting right by Candy's mother. I was just hoping and praying. We don't know what's all going to happen next episode, but I'm hoping and I'm going to pray that they don't act a complete fool in their new restaurant. I just hope they don't act a mess. They don't show out. They don't tear up shit, especially with Candy's mother, aunts, and cousins being there as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I can see Candy's mother cussing all their asses out and putting all their asses out, okay? Because Candy mama don't play. She do not play. I love me some Miss Candy Mama too. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next episode to find out what's going to go down up in Blaze. And I'm going to put that on my list of places to visit next time I go to Atlanta. I'm still got to go to the old lady gang, and then I'm going to have to go to the new spot called Blaze. I'm going to have to check that out too. But now, at the beginning, I did tell y'all there was some tea on one of the stars of the TV show. Now, one of the stars on the reality show, Real Housewives of Atlanta, is LaToya Ali, who we call Toya. Now, she's been in the headlines due to a lot of situations, altercations, arguments that's been, with her on the show. So she's been clashing a lot with Drew, and different people on the show. She's said a lot of harsh things about Drew's husband. She's been coming for her husband several times this season, right? When Drew never really came at her husband. But Toya, she's still having issues with her own husband. Her husband, Adam Ali, they had separated before they started filming this current season, before they started filming season 13 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. But during one of the arguments with Drew, LaToya, of course, came at her several times first, right? And then Drew had clapped back telling her, that's why your husband left you, or that's why you're not with your husband. And Toya said she was the one who pushed for the divorce. And she was ready to move on and date other people. But now some tea that came out. First of all, I really do hate how people, when they break up, they trash each other on social media. I really do. Whether they married, whether they dating, they a baby mama, baby daddy. I just hate how they do that, and they just get real messy on social media, letting people all into their lives, because then what happens? They either get back together, or even if they don't get back together, they start coming for those who talking stuff about them. Like, you put your business out there on social media, and then when we talk about it, and when you get dragged for it, then you want to call, I'm gonna file a lawsuit for defamation of character, and all that shit, right? So anyway, so Latoya and Adam, they both going at each other on social media, some serious allegations towards each other. In a video on IG, on a video on Latoya's YouTube channel, she had mentioned how her husband, Adam, had physically abused her. What she had said was that he had found out that she cheated on him when she went on a cruise. And then when he found out about it, he had pulled her out of the bed. He dragged her out of bed by her legs, and allegedly he began to choke her out. She also accused him of being basically controlling, as far as like business wise, and as far as like being her manager. I didn't know he was her business partner and manager, but yeah, she said he was controlling, and that she didn't want to they didn't want to marry out of love, but for business reasons. They didn't marry out of love, but for business reasons. A lot of people do that. It's usually, of course, the rich people, the famous people. They marry people out of business reasons because they feel like they can profit off of them for somewhat. It's like, okay, I really like him, I'll fall in love later, one of those type of things. But anyway, she also accused him of telling her that he wanted her to terminate their son when he found out she was pregnant. And when it came to her last pregnancy, she says that he basically got her drunk, and she doesn't even remember what happened afterwards because she blacked out. She later found out that she was pregnant. Now, he did respond to these allegations. He denied ever abusing her. He said that while they did have a tussle on that night that he found out she was cheating on him, that was all that happened. He was like, I didn't beat on her. I didn't drag her out of the bed. But he claims that he has footage of Latoya physically attacking him. And he has no problem posting it if need be. Child. But then he accused her of placing a tracker on his car and asking a man how to get a gun. So he claims that she, after finding out that she was inquiring about getting a gun, he got a restraining order. So you can kind of see why he refused to be on the reality show, right? Or to have their kids on a reality show, right? Because they was going through all that drama, and if they had been together, it could have came out, but then it came out anyway. But anyway, he claims that Latoya's family begged him to reconsider because they thought it would be a great financial opportunity. And then Adam went on to make more allegations that Latoya is basically acting a fool on the show and only getting paid $1,000 an episode. So remember when I said before that Marlo, even though she doesn't hold a peach, she might not be getting the lowest. She might not be the lowest paid person on the show, because even though she's not holding a peach, and even though her storyline isn't as great as the others, she has been on that show. She has been a presence on that show. She has contributed as being friends and, contributed to other people's storylines. But per Adam, he claims Latoya is a toxic person. She lives for attention on the internet, and that she has ruined just about all of her personal relationship, including the one that she has with her mother. Boy, they is just trashing each other, y'all. They is just trashing each other on the internet. Hey, Deborah, how you doing, love? How you doing, fam? Yes, they is just trashing each other on the internet. That is like the newest tea between Latoya Ali, the cast member on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and her husband, Adam Ali. So y'all might want to check that out. It's all over the blogs. And Latoya Ali does have a YouTube channel. That's where she was making the allegations against her husband about him abusing her and putting his hands on her and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's all I got on this show for this episode, season 13, episode 16. It was called Hurricane Housewives. And I hope you guys all enjoyed it. And I hope you've been enjoying the season thus far. And for those who come in late, for those who come in late and watch the show late, please make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed, and stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and don't forget to keep it hood. Bye.